Oh, hey, the people are here. Hi, welcome to the Gark House, and we're hanging out here at the Gark House.
Do you see them now? Is this...
Yeah, they just clicked on this video.
What video?
The Book of Boba Fett, episode 4, chapter 4. They want to see, they want to know our opinion, or whatever.
We're going to need some security in here right now. It's going to be alright.
You didn't tell me this was an insane asylum! So, welcome to the Gark House. Okay, so chapter 4. So this is chapter 4 of Book of Boba Fett. And I think it was my favorite so far.
It's between this one and the second chapter for sure.
Yeah.
This was more fan servicey, I guess.
Yeah, really. Why don't you give us the synopsis then?
Yeah, not a ton happened in this episode, honestly. It was very straightforward and to the point, and they basically hit a few small plot points, but they hit them hard. And they really spent their time on all of them. Basically, he's in the Bacta tank again, dreaming away, and it's back to basically when he saves Fennec.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, so this is really the one where before visually we were showing sort of like his new journey, like where he's going. But this one was like the mission statement, where it was like, okay, now we're going to tell you. I know it's always better to show and not tell, but this one Boba's sitting there with Fennec after he goes and saves her, which in timeline-wise, they build right up to that. It was episode 4 or 5 of the first season of The Mandalorian, whatever episode the gunslinger is, where the kid shoots her in the gut. Mm-hmm. And then you see the feet in mid-credits, and everyone was wondering, well, what is that? Who is that? Well, it's Boba.
It's Boba.
So he comes up, saves her, and then we see what happens after that. Takes her to that's right, he takes her to like that chop shop almost for...
Yeah, saves her life, and all the techno kids are in there.
Techno kids. Which was pretty cool.
It's basically a tattoo parlor, but for robot nuts, and that was pretty neat.
That was pretty cool. But yeah, so this is like the mission statement. He goes and says, yeah, I'm tired of these idiots.
Yeah. All of them that lead us, they're stupid, they're idiots. I hate them. They smell weird. They're fat. They're ugly.
And then she tells him they've made you soft, and he's just like,
they scored poorly on the SATs. They can't drive in the wintertime. They can barely drive in the summertime.
That's why we all have sand crawlers. We're on Tatooine.
I know, it's just funny. But yeah, so then...
But anyway, so the mission statement, and it's like, okay, I've been helped. I was captured initially, and then now they
taught me the way.
They let me in. I earned my way. I killed the centaur, and now I'm in, and I'm gonna, we've already seen the journey where he becomes one of the Tusken Raiders, and then they all die, and then so now this is my new chapter, my new book.
I'm gonna do this, and he basically says, "So you owe me since I saved your life." Or rather, she says, "I owe you," whatever. And all right, so I'm going to help you get your... what would help you to do this? He's like, well, I need my ship.
Yeah.
So she's going to accompany him to go save Slave One, his ship, from Jabba's palace, which is now Bib Fortuna's palace. Mm-hmm. And
Fortuna!
They wait there for however long and hit it at night. They go in...
That was a lot of fun. That was like a sneak-in kind of mission.
Yeah, it was a heist, really.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And then,
they come across General Clevis, this kitchen droid that spinning the blades around. It was an obvious nod to General Grievous.
It was either a nod or a parody of it, which way you want to take it. But
Boba Fett plays Elmer Fudd to a cartoon rabbit's Bugs Bunny. There's a little rabbit droid, whatever the hell you want to call them, and he's chasing
I actually am
around.
not too sure, although they were around in the Clone Wars and what have you. And then,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They kick ass all the way through the palace, get the ship, blast their way out, basically, and, so what's on the agenda now for you? I'm going to settle my scores.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to settle all my scores.
So he hunts down the swoop bike gang that
They're in my
killed all the
book.
Tuscans. So
Oh, that was great.
yeah, he's gonna get revenge on them, and so it's just them like,
Yeah. And then it's like,
head out on the highway, and it's just like it's getting closer and closer behind him.
Well, it was that up angle, and I was like, oh.
Yep.
And then you were like, oh, wait.
He just blows the hell out of all of them. And then it was, okay, so now you settled the scores. What are you gonna do now? I'm gonna get my armor. And so he goes and starts landing in this sandy area. He starts seeing rubble, and at first I thought it was the Tuscan camp that got burnt down, but no, it was the
sail barge.
rubble from from Jabba's pleasure barge.
And
because then it pans over. We're like, what is it? It
well,
pans
at the
over, and there's
beginning,
the Sarlacc pit.
At the beginning, I was like, oh, that's the rubble, and then you're like, no, that's the camp, and I was like, oh, you're right, and then we went, wait.
That's the Sarlacc
It's
pit.
the Sarlacc pit. He's gonna kill the Sarlacc.
And so he takes Slave One, and you're like right over top of it.
So it just looks like he's because it's
I can't
Slave
see
One
my
like
armor.
that.
I
It's
gotta
go-
shine my flashlight in here.
I'm gonna look right in. So it looks
look-
kind of goofy.
It was really funny. And then
Hanging
it just
over
it comes up and bites
Yeah,
the
it comes
ship.
up.
The tentacles are grabbing on, and just shooting, the Sarlacc, which was great. Fennec finally reaches up and hits the switch for like the whole time. I'm just going, come on, one seismic charge. That's all I want. Because I had the same thing whenever Slave One was in Mando.
Yeah.
I was like, just one seismic charge. That's all I want. And I got it then, and I got it this time. Because she flips the switch, and a seismic charge flips off the ship, goes right into Sarlacc's mouth, and boom.
And we were just like, what? Yes! And
then it was like he goes down in, gets covered in goo.
yeah,
And
he did go back in to look for it. You see him climbing
it's
out
not
of
there.
it.
My armor's gone, and she's
Mama's gone.
You got acid on your face. You're covered. You get some water on you.
Yeah.
You need a Bacta tank.
need a Bacta tank,
Well,
right.
thank God, because boy howdy, every episode up till now has spent 45 minutes in the Bacta tank, but that's fine. Anyway, so then it was, well, what are you going to do now?
Right.
Well, what are you going to do? I'm going to settle the score. I'm going to set everything right. I'm going to become a crime lord. I'll stick around for a little while. So now they're a team. Now we're at present day, and I don't think we are going to have any more flashbacks. I could be wrong, because we basically tied everything up in a neat little bow.
Yeah, like I was saying, we go back to season 1 where we see his feet walking up to Fennec, get Fennec in present day. We even see the basically the promo, like the cutscene at the end of The Mandalorian season 2, where he comes in, shoots Bib Fortuna, sits in his seat.
Yeah.
And we actually see that like in a crossfade come in while he's laying in the back of the tank. So we are in present day. So yeah, we should be done with the flashbacks. And I mean, after 4 episodes, why not?
It gets old. I
mean, the Tusken Raiders are dead. He
Yeah.
got revenge on the swoop gangs.
We told the story, basically. The story is
Yeah.
told for the before.
Now you got 3 episodes and to just... But anyway, so now we're on the balcony.
Yeah, no, well, before the balcony, we have
the dinner.
basically like a kingpin crime boss dinner where
I
he
was kind
invites
of
all
hoping everyone would get poisoned.
I thought they were
Like
gonna
a
do that
Game of
couple
Thrones
times,
type of deal where he's just like, well, then if you won't join
when
me.
they looked at each other and they were drinking,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
like that.
oh, they're gonna. But no, they
Yeah, just to see everybody start to do that.
basically, yeah. Basically, he invites all of the crime lord family bosses of Tatooine
Ugly ass aliens.
to a table to basically tell them, like, I'm in charge. Here's why you should side with me, because the Pikes are trying to take over. And they're like,
Boba Fett.
that's a great point. Why should we side with you? Because if you don't, I'll kill you.
Well, just kill you. Why not we just kill you and work with the Pikes?
And then, oh yeah, I forgot. They rescue Black Cranston from being a hobo in a casino.
Oh, yeah, we completely
Black,
forgot about
Black
that
Cranston
scene.
is one of the good guys now.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're in the bar. He's just...
And he ripped a guy's arm off!
Which was another great scene.
There was
Yeah, we
another
got to see
moment
him.
where it was just that fan service of just things that we wanted. He's holding this guy up, and it was the animation was great for you because the alien's just like,
Well, I think these were all
do it.
costume people.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, even
But it
the
was just really funny. He's just,
even the Trandoshans.
come on, don't let him do
Oh,
this."
yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
just...
come on, baby, don't rip his arms off. And he's just,
Oh, yeah, you got the sexy
The
bar
Twi'lek lady.
barmaid, whatever. All Twi'leks are hot.
Except Bib Fortuna.
Ah! That'll be a good zoom in.
So, yes.
Oh, this episode, we go deep into the Sarlacc pit, into the darkness of the Sarlacc to reveal the secrets.
I'm going to choke you out with your own light cord. So, yeah, so then Black Cranston, Black Chrysanthemum, he's holding this.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, he's holding Chrysanthemum.
It is Chrysanthemum, yeah,
He's
but we
holding
just say Black Cranston.
I remember when
flashback
people
to the
used
other
to
video.
cry the name of Chrysanthemum out in the gladiatorial pits, but now that's brutish.
Which that
people don't like that anymore. And he just goes,
Yeah.
"Mow." She's like, "So don't rip his arms off."
Mow.
And so I was like, "Mama, okay." Rips his
Does
arm
it
off
anyway.
and it was great.
Because before
And I
that,
love the reaction that Boba has. He's just kind of like,
oh yeah, like
I shouldn't have.
he follows him out of the bar, chases him down.
You want a job?
Yeah, looks like you need a job. And he's
Looks
just
like you
he
need a
just does
job,
that.
and it looks like, oh, I need a Black Cranston.
I could do that.
Wow.
So then you got the beginning of a team. You got an ally, and then what? Then we're on the
then we're at the
we're on the balcony.
We're at the meeting with the crime lords.
Oh yeah, we already did all that.
And it was, we'll kill you if you don't do this. And Black Cranston's
Why
like,
don't we just
I'll do
kill
it.
you?
Yeah. Black Cranston's like, oh, give me a fucking reason. Then the Rancor even shakes the table a little bit just
Because the table is right over the pit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And they're like,
Kind of
yeah,
funny.
but what are you going to do if we don't side with you? He's like, then I'm going to take on the Pike Syndicate myself. And they're like, yeah, great, you do that. We'll stay out of your way. And he's like, all right.
You
so
guys
if
butt heads, and we'll work
If you
for
stay
wins.
out of my way, I'll leave you be. And
And that's the way it went. Everybody left.
that's the way it went. And
Like,
it was
all right, cool.
basically like,
Whatever,
whatever works. And they're on the balcony afterwards. Boba and Fennec, they're talking about what they're going to do. And,
We need muscle.
we need muscle. Like, well, what do the treasuries look like? Well, treasury money can buy muscle if you know where to look.
They got plenty of.
Yeah.
Their holes are bursting with swag.
Yeah, you can buy muscle if you know where to look.
Which, so then it was, you can buy muscle if you know where to look. And I'm like, I wonder why. Well, I'm thinking of Mando right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, maybe.
Because the music straight up.
And I did not.
This doofus missed it entirely.
Subconsciously, I heard the music, but it didn't actually light up in my brain that the music was playing. I'm just thinking,
It's because this
Why am
man
I thinking
is
of
what is
Mando
called
right now?
a super geek, and all he listens to is Star Wars music.
don't reveal my secrets.
And Avril Lavigne.
What? All right, so now that we've cut back.
He was a skater boy. Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend.
We're still in the insane asylum.
But anyway, so I'm freaking out like, they're going to bring Mando on. He's like, yeah, maybe. I don't,
I'm kind of hoping they don't do it. Like,
no, they're going to do it. It's going to be great. And he's like, they might. They probably
And then he's
won't.
sitting there
I'm
going,
like, yeah, I keep looking at him.
and I'm like, why do you keep doing that?
Like, what are you doing? I was like, because they played the theme song. Of course they're going to bring him in. He's like, they played the
They
theme
played
song?
the theme song?
So we had to rewind it. And he's like, oh, I'm an idiot.
I totally did not hear that. I do listen to the music a lot, and it was just subconsciously, like, my brain heard it, but I didn't hear it, and I was like, okay. Well, yeah, they've all but said he's going to come back. We have not seen episode 5 yet, and it came out today, so we're going to watch it today.
Stop the recording. Stop the recording. Okay. I'm going to insert this here. We have a Patreon now.
Oh, yeah!
I figured the only way to really pitch it to you is if we took you by surprise. So,
Whoa!
yeah.
I was surprised.
So this will be over quick. But we have a Patreon. It helps us to get more of the equipment that we need. We're on a shoestring budget right now.
It really helps us out. We put it back into the productions. And
It's nice being able to have equipment and food. We have a couple tiers. We have a T-shirt that's me as a fat plague doctor on it. It's based on an inside joke. It's explained a little more on the Patreon. If you can afford it, throw us a few bucks. If you can't, I understand completely.
Yeah,
Either
no
way,
big deal.
leave a like, subscribe if you can.
You'll get
cost you nothing to do that.
You'll in the first 2 tiers, though, you will get a shout out at the end of the credits.
In the second tier, the first one, you get Jack.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Except for the good feeling that you have helped a couple of losers.
If you do the second tier, your credits...
Well, I'm probably going to add
You'll
shout
show
out
up in
to
the
this.
credits.
I'm going to add shout out to the first tier, too. It might as well.
So now every video I do here, I got to put them in at the end?
Why not?
Okay.
Patreon.
And hopefully it's great. I mean, this past episode was one of the... Yeah, it was the... I don't know, the cleanest, I guess, in terms of just the beginning, middle, and end.
It was the most straightforward. This was just a romp. Like, it wasn't... There wasn't a lot of political machinations. There wasn't a lot of twists or anything. It was
Spy
literally
Kids.
like, point A, point B. We're going there, and they just went there. And it was a fun ride the whole way.
And Jon Favreau directed this one. He also wrote the entire season, except for, I think, the last episode he co-wrote with John Filoni.
Okay.
Which he's supposed to direct one of them, too. Maybe even the last one. I don't know. But basically, again, this could have been the pilot episode. Mm-hmm. Because everything is laid out perfectly, like where he was, where he's going. Like, yeah, you kind of miss... I mean, we could have added another half hour and done all the Tusken Raider stuff and been done with it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there is kind of some interesting choices in terms of just the presentation of the whole thing.
This show is great, and this was probably my favorite episode, if not tied for favorite.
It's my favorite so far.
This show suffers... The only negative I have to say about the show is it suffers from the exact opposite problem that The Kingsman had, where The Kingsman was a movie that should have been a miniseries, whereas this is a miniseries that really could have been tied up in one movie.
It could have been a movie. Originally, I don't know how many years ago, I mean, Josh Trank was even tied to this to make a Boba Fett movie, but then his Fantastic Four film was not so fantastic. He also did the... I don't remember what it's called. It was just Capone, I think. But anyway, Tom Hardy was Capone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he was just doing the Tom Hardy thing. Just, you know, Mal Capone swinging around. You know, like he's just doing that thing. I was like, oh, you always do that. I mean, look, Tom Hardy is great. I love him in everything that he does. But what he does...
He is a wonderful one-trick pony.
Isn't really getting much range. Yeah, like in Bronson... It really, I mean, he was like all out there. Like that was more the extreme.
He is very much like Keanu Reeves, a very talented one-trick pony, and he's great at that one type of role.
Yeah, I mean, he
has a bit more range than Keanu Reeves, but
yeah, absolutely. Because even in
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like in Inception and Legend, he does have that. You know, well, I'm just doing this straight up. You know, doing the accent now, right? But then in Legend, he's doing that guy. He's basically doing the 2 roles that he can play, actually, in Legend, because he plays twins. So in one, he's, you know, I came in for a fight, what? And then you got the other guy where it's just, I'm Spaggy, you know. I'm not, you know, it could be Bond or whatever, you know. And that's it.
The Book of Boba
Fett. At least it wasn't the lighthouse this time. Hark! We gotta do a review of The Lighthouse sometime.
Yes.
Man, that's a great movie. So the Book of Boba Fett episode, chapter 4 was really good. It was well shot. It was well paced. The action was really good.
The action was great. The action was a lot of fun.
We talked about the droid that was the Grievous.
General Clevis.
General
Clevis. That's what everybody on TikTok's calling it, General Clevis.
General Clevis. Yeah, I mean, this was just good Star Wars, and it's interesting though.
Fun.
It's interesting with this show and The Mandalorian too. This particular style, very much is like they're doing what it's based on, right? Which is the Flash Gordon stuff, the quick.
It's a serial.
Like the quick half an hour Saturday morning serial show. It's really straightforward, and it's simple. It's simple.
It goes to show. This episode especially, because this episode had the least moving parts out of any of the 4 so far. Yeah. This was the most straightforward, the most simple plot, but it was also the most fun episode.
Absolutely.
And it really goes to show that as long as you entertain your audience, you don't have to push that hard. Like, something like Game of Thrones. They didn't push very hard most of the time, and gave you so much plot to chew on. This is the opposite.
Yeah.
They were literally like very little plot, but the whole time it's yahoo, and
Yeah, like most TV dramas or whatever, like anything you find on Netflix or whatever, you've got plot A, plot B, plot C, all these different characters. You got the main character and then everybody else and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think the show Andor is going to be more like that.
Yes,
the other,
I'm sure it is. I'm sure Kenobi's going to be like that too.
I mean, maybe with Kenobi, but definitely for Andor because that's 12 episodes.
I think that Kenobi is going to end up being kind of a character study of.
Yeah, Kenobi could be really, really cool.
It's going to be a dual character. This is my prediction now. It's going to be a dual character study of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, and how Darth Vader is more or less the dark mirror of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I just hope. I hope we get off of Tatooine. I mean,
do a little bit of planet hopping.
Like Boba Fett, we're on Tatooine the entire time. You go to Obi-Wan Kenobi, what's he doing in between 3 and 4? He's watching over Luke Skywalker, who's on Tatooine. It's like, I mean, so I don't know. I mean,
I just noticed something.
What?
There's certain things about Star Wars that you and I pronounce differently.
What?
Like, I always call it an AT-AT, you call it an AT-AT.
Well, it is an AT-AT, yeah.
But, I say Tatooine, you say Tatooine.
Coruscant?
Yeah.
Coruscant. It's Coruscant.
Random thought popped into my head. It's, there's no right.
Well,
it's
yeah, no,
interesting,
it's.
yeah.
I mean, even. Well, hell, I mean, you got George Lucas in that behind-the-scenes video where they're Gungans, right?
Yeah.
And he goes Gungas.
Gungas, yeah.
So, are we all saying it wrong? I mean,
I don't know.
who's the end-all be-all? Like,
right.
But anyway, so
Anyway,
Andor will be 12 episodes. That very well could be a more, I'm going to say, typical or I don't want to say proper show.
That'll be kind of like a spy
drama.
But
it's like, I mean, it'll have all the elements, all the different characters, all the different plots moving, and feel more like a show that you would find on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas at least the ones that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are handling, like The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, probably the Rangers of the New Republic. That's all.
If that even happens anymore.
If that even happens,
Yeah.
but all that section of stuff is them.
It's just fun.
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi is someone else entirely. So we could all get different flavors, which I'm excited about, just to see. Like they're doing, like Mandalorian Boba's a Saturday morning serial.
I'm okay with getting no more Star Wars movies. Just keep giving us shows.
Honestly, yeah, because they've all been really great.
Because the serial style works great.
This is what it was based on.
Well, it works great for modern Star Wars.
For modern Star Wars, okay.
That's where the sequel movies, as much as I love them, suffered a little bit. Is they got a little bit long-winded and they kind of were grasping
plot heavy.
They were grasping for straws there at the end. They were plot heavy without saying much.
Yeah, I don't want to get into those movies. There's so much you could say.
Again, love those movies. I love all the Star Wars movies just because I'm a Star Wars fanboy. But they have their issues. Whereas these shows, it's literally throw all that out the window. Let's get back to the small adventures, which is what made Episode 4 and Episode 6 so much fun. Episode 5 was...
Oh, that's the best.
It's the best, but it's also the most plot-heavy of the original trilogy. It's the one that is the slowest and most plotting, and...
Yeah, I mean, the whole plot of Episode 5 is
exposition.
they need to fix the Millennium Falcon. And
Right.
they're being chased by the Empire.
Right.
Which,
but the rest of it, it's all character-driven. But what made
Pretty much,
Episode 4 and Episode 6 so much fun was the planet hopping and small adventures, just little itty-bitty 20-minute adventures, one after the other. And
even then, they couldn't do that much planet hopping. It was more like, one planet. You got Tatooine, and then Hoth, and then Endor. Were the main planets. Yeah, there were a couple others sprinkled in, I guess, like Dagobah and whatever. But
like what I was saying though, it was a lot of like short little 5, 10.
I was just trying to help you out.
Yeah, short little 5, 10, 20-minute episodes all within one movie.
Yeah, no, that's fair because
this is just. Now that's the whole format because now we have TV shows are running rampant and that's cinema as a whole right now.
But even So, but even episode 1...
Was that the shows going by?
That was the shows going by.
See, they go so fast I don't even notice them moving in front of my face anymore.
But I mean, they're even labeled episode 1, through episode 9.
Yeah.
So they've always been in that episodic serial type of deal, which they're partly based on. But even like tonally and the look of everything, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of whatever. I guess we already talked about the last episode where they had the Vespas and how they kind of were off-putting.
Right.
But then you also have episode 1, 2, and 3 when those came out. That was like an entire different Star Wars universe that was now being built. When you look at 4, 5, 6, tonally, visually.
Which has aged. It's better now than it was then because now we have context for a lot of stuff. Stuff like the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars kind of gave a whole new flavor to the prequels, and now they're even...
Oh, yeah. I mean, the best part of the prequels was the fact that we have the Clone Wars and all these other cartoons that are freaking amazing. But the idea was there's always... Star Wars, the universe is always expanding, always building. There's always...
Yes.
And now tonally, of course, 1 through 3, by the time you get to 3, you're starting to see the color palettes that work their way into episode 4, 5, and 6. And that was done by design. But yeah, it was a big, you watch 4, 5, 6 and then watch episode 1, you're like, what? That's a completely different thing, So, I mean, I'm just saying that there's some new stuff that pops in now and again, like Vespas or whatever, but it can be forgiven for the most part because it's Star Wars. I mean,
That's about all I got to say about the episode, honestly. I think we
all right, well, hey, check out the rest of our videos and at the Gark House. Check out our other reviews of Book of Boba Fett we've done. We've done a couple other movies and stuff. Also, check out our other channel, Gark House Productions. Oh, we got like a Plague Doctor that's like a cartoon, and we got a general...
1940s reporter.
1940s reporter and a general
that's
out of time.
And,
Beating up Sasquatches.
yeah, we got all kinds of fun stuff. We got some Bigfoot hunters that are going to be coming back here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
Some guys that beat up my sister in a witch mask. No, we have a lot of fun with that channel, and it all kind of came from wanting to add some levity to the world during these past few dark years. So, I mean...
Honestly, yeah, that's...
If even for that reason alone, you should check it out.
Short films, comedy sketches, and a lot more coming. But anyway, so the...
A lot more.
The link will be, at the end here. Just, push the button and head right to the other channel and check us out. Right. If you don't like us.
Tell us you hate us in the comments. Tell us you hope that Black Cranston rips our arms off.
There you go. Because last time it was put us on a gaffy stick or something.
Yeah. All right.
See ya.
See ya.